Hello, my name is Nico Rockensüß, and in this video I'm going to show you the features of the latest version of the eSense mobile app. I am here using my iPad mini for this demonstration. I highly recommend to use a tablet for the eSense app, either an iPad if you are on Apple or any kind of Android tablet. When starting the app that you can download for free with any eSense included, you see this first screen of logging into your account or creating an account or continue without account. We offer both ways to use the app. If you want to have some additional features, cloud features like sharing sessions in between users or sharing training procedures, or even some more advanced functionalities like if you are a professional, a trainer, a coach, a therapist who want to work with clients, then you can have the option to look into their data and recordings using the account features if they allow you to do that, or even do live streaming of the application of the data. So there are quite a few advantages with functionalities of the cloud. So if you like to use them and have a look, then register yourself an account for free. You also can get additional training programs for free then. And then we have 2 paid plans. All this is explained in some other YouTube video. You see there are 2 YouTube video links here below that you can click. Tap on the explaining the account features or the new eSense dashboard. This is the eSense web application that comes in addition with the eSense app, where you can log in your browser into your account and have a look at your data there as well as remote training features and live streaming features. So if you do not want to have an account, that's totally fine for us. We don't like others that force account registration, other companies or products. So you can use the app completely offline, even in flight mode in your device. It's free of charge and is completely fully functional. For this demonstration, I have connected myself already to an eSense skin response here. You see I have 2 electrodes in this case here on my hand, and like this, so that I have the hand free also to do operating here with the app. For now, I will also choose continue without account by tapping on it. And now I see the welcome screen where there are some additional explaining pop-up windows. And here you have the choice in between 5 different eSense we have now. The eSense Muscle is the latest addition to our portfolio of eSense biofeedback sensors. I will explain the eSense Muscle in another YouTube video as well. So let's have a look at the skin response, as I'm now connected to a skin response sensor here to my tablet. Yeah, you can see the eSense here, and I have my tablet here on my desk where I'm doing the demo now. Tapping on eSense skin response gives me the choice in between an open training and the training procedures. Let's have a look first at the procedures. If you are new to the eSense, then you find a couple of procedures. Maybe it's a good start by just running a preset procedures like the skin response basics you can do here. Procedures are pre-made training programs that you can customize or you can create your own, and that you only need to start, and then they are completely running through the end independently, giving you some feedback, giving you some instructions, some exercises to do. A procedure can consist of nearly any type of video, audio, music, tones, images of your choice. You can customize them fully, adding feedback elements like a bar chart, like an oscilloscope chart, fixation cross, or even more advanced feedback like a breath pacer combined with your training curve and more. We will have a closer look at the procedures in a short moment. Let me quickly explain you the other options you have in the app by looking at the bottom at the menu bar. We are now at the procedures section. At the very left, you have this icon like a small curve like this. This is the open training. The open training on a tablet looks like this. You have a bar chart, a video, some numeric values, an arrow pointing up or down, and an oscilloscope view at the bottom where we can swipe here in between different views. This is the open training, which you can fully customize during your training, or some options need to be set up front. This customization is done in the settings. The settings is this little round gear icon at the menu bar. And when we look at the settings, these settings are in general for the app, but most apply to the open training. So here you can set the feedback direction if you want to train your values up or down. In terms of skin conductivity, you usually, if you're doing stress reduction, you try to bring them down. So you try to lower your skin conductivity values. The response time is how fast the feedback in general reacts to changes of value and direction up and down. Then you can add music feedback, you can have tone feedback, smart bulb feedback, you can connect the Philips Hue bulbs, for example, which is pretty nice that you have a real bulb, a real lamp in your room that change its color, for example, while your stress level is changing with skin conductivity values, or even temperature values or respiration. If you have the eSense respiration, when you breathe in and breathe out, you can have your room lighting up green and red or blue with every breath you take. It's a really nice feature. The breath pacer is also pretty customizable. If we have a look at that, by turning it on, you can choose in between a line or sphere, having some additional audio tones that like a little bell sound or something that gives you an auditive guide to breathe in and breathe out. Then you can customize the inhale time, the holding time before exhale, exhale time holding before inhale, and having some background image. Choose any kind of video you would like for feedback. Here we have a couple ones included, but you can also choose videos that you have on your device as well. The video feedback type is pretty advanced. It can be start-stop. So when your values are going up or down, the video can stop and start, but the video can also get blurry and sharp, or again dark and bright, and change its saturation according to a range. So you can set a lower threshold and upper threshold, and in between these two thresholds, the video is modulated then according to your biofeedback values. In general, you can name your session, personalize it, set a preset length so that it's stopping in open training after like 5 or 10 minutes to have comparable sessions and the same length. I would recommend to do that. And some more advanced features like markers. If you want to set markers during recording, you can predefine them here in settings and then set them in real time during a recording, or customize some look and feel of the app, like chart axis, color, background, oscilloscope background, etc. Yeah, you can also, if you're on a tablet, you can enable or disable the arrow. You can enable and disable the video here, so you can customize the view of open training as well if you want to do that. Okay. So what else do we have? We have the archive here. This is this little icon here where I have this box with the arrow down. I have already 2 recordings in the archive that I can tap on and have a look again here at this skin conductivity curve I just did before. Then you have some metrics, some pie charts, some scores. And in the archive, you can export the recording as a comma separate values file. You can open in Excel or any other kind of program like Google Sheets or Apple Calc. You can export as PDF file. It's also a very often used function, so you get some nice report. And you can, of course, compare sessions in between each other in terms of different metrics and choose from the sessions you have. What else do we have? We have the help, the in-app help, by tapping on this little info icon at the bottom. It's a fully in-app help that gives you a lot of information on biofeedback itself, on the skin response in this particular section here when you look at the help for the skin conductivity, skin response. So like options of electrodes, how to connect them, and then how to perform a training. There is a step-by-step instruction on how to do a good biofeedback training with examples from the app. We have our manuals here as PDF files. Soon we're launching a new help desk platform where you have everything in a very nice to handle online manual. We have these videos here, also more YouTube videos that you can have a look at, explaining the other eSense sensors and the other parts of our concept, the web application, for example, and the cloud features, etc., more in detail. And we have this feedback formula where you can send us some messages that we will respond to you then directly. Let's do a training. So I'm still here connected to the eSense skin response, and I just start a training now by hitting the play button there. And now you get to see my curve here. Yeah, my skin conductance values are now here shown in this curve. I'm zooming out a little bit or zooming in. You see that we have the video running. We have the arrow pointing up or down, depending if my values are going up or down. And I will show you now how to create some video feedback that gives not only start stop, but let's choose the blur feature now. So what to do is first I need to look a little bit at my values. So I am fluctuating here now in my curve when I while I talk and when I take a deep breath, for example, the value will go up, you see, strongly, as this is an activation to my nervous system. This deep breath, like being ready for fight and flight, evolutionary. You see then the values going up and down. So I'm here now in between maybe 9 to 12, 13 something. I go to settings now while this is running. In settings, I go to the video feedback here, and there is no feedback type selected. I select blur, and maybe I choose also another, maybe another video, maybe this one here, beach at sunset. Now it's in auto mode. I wanted to show you the manual mode, but then for that I have to stop the session. So let's do that now in auto mode. The auto mode checks my curve in between for minimum and maximum detection, and for 30 seconds time window within that takes that minimum maximum and interpolates in between that for the video in blurriness. And now you see the video is blurry or sharper, and when I now it's quite sharp, and when I now take a deep breath and my values are going up, you see it's maximum blurry. Yeah, and when it's then going down again, now it's sharp again. Again, I take a deep breath to bring my curve up, and you see it's getting blurry again and sharper the more I relax, green arrow pointing down. Okay, so this is the auto mode. Sometimes it works quite well. Sometimes you would like to do it more manually by setting a lower and upper threshold like 9 and 13 in my example for myself. Now, while looking at that curve, I can also swipe here to these hands and the breath pacer you can see here. Yeah, it's a line going up and down where I need to breathe along with. So my hands here are orange to red because my value is now quite high or higher as I'm talking all the time, and it's exciting to present this video to you here. So I would need to relax a little bit more, stop talking, be quiet, breathe slowly, and then maybe I try for half a minute to bring my value down a little bit more, you see. And then the hands will get maybe yellow And if I'm even doing even better, they should get green at the best case. But let's try to make them yellow. Here we go. The app has detected now that my value here, you see, was decreasing all the time. Now I'm start talking again. You see how the curve is going up again and start fluctuating again. But before, you see, it was really like going down slowly as I was breathing slowly, deeply, not talking, focusing on nothing, trying to relax, trying to forget what I'm doing here. Yeah, so you see now pretty nice again how my skin conductance is reacting again. Okay, let's stop this recording now. What we have now is a survey where I can say I'm sitting on a chair right now, I'm wearing these type of electrodes and I'm feeling great, and could add some more notes. So now I see a summary of the measurement in terms of the skin conductivity responses per minute. These were these little fluctuations. They are also in the color in the curve you have seen. They are in between 0 to 5 is green. This is the left pie chart. Most of the time it was fluctuating more because I was not relaxed all the time as I was talking and explaining all the time. And you see there were phases of increase but also decrease as I was always in between, going down again in that terms. Okay, and the scoring where these little hands you saw at the end, you could see here as well. You see that is the encolored background of these fluctuations, that there are the phases with more fluctuations were like more orange, and then in the end it became more yellow as I was relaxing. And so this is also a nice overview on where were the phases where you were more excited and more relaxed that you can see here. Okay, now let's go into the archive, and here you see this recording is at the top. Again, you can have a look at it here, and you can see without or with background or without background. You can zoom in a little bit more and look at more in detail at the recording, at the curve. And then I can also scroll down here and see all these numbers like the maximum, minimum, the total number of skin conductance responses, and the pie charts again, the number of hands in different colors again. And I can export as CSV file or as PDF file. And if I go back, I can analyze these recordings. And of course, this was now the longest session, and it was also the most active one here, with 10 in average, and the minimum, maximum. You can look at the difference in min, max, the time, decrease, increase, total number of skin conductance responses, percentage of SCR per session. So you have quite a few values to compare, and in the manual there is even more info about all these metrics to learn about. Yes, so this is the demonstration for the eSense skin response and the app in general. The procedures I will show now a little bit more. They are included, And to edit them, you need to make a copy first by swiping them here and tapping this green icon. So I have created a copy and that I can edit now. The other original procedures are password protected, so you cannot edit them by accident. And here we have the name, and we can also set a password if you like that. This is important if you want to share the procedures with others and you do not want to edit them using the cloud features. And when we look at the modules here, you see this procedure consists of a lot of images and then in between an oscilloscope, the snake game, that these little colored icons you've seen, the video file here, which is also giving some feedback, and all the images are some instructions and explainings. So you can edit any kind of module by swiping here like this, and then edit each particular module and see this is this image here. It can also provide some feedback if you like. Also an image can have blur, brightness or saturation by changes in your biofeedback parameters. It can fade in and fade out. Yeah, this is just one example. Let's add another module to this procedure by tapping at the Add New Module button here. And then you see that we have text modules, we have fixation cross. Fixation cross can change its color according to biofeedback values changing. We have an image file, any image you want, video file, any you want. There is another YouTube video explaining how to get custom media on your iPad or iPhone or into Android phones. It's easy to do, but yeah, there's a little guide for that. And we have an arrow. This is just the arrow pointing up or down according to your values. The bar chart, the smart bulb, the Philips Hue, the oscilloscope, the breath pacer, and the snake game. So you can put all these elements you have seen now from the open training also in a procedure where they come one after each other. And so you can set up your own little training program, like a daily routine, where you first have a nice image to look at, then or a nice video to watch, then maybe listen to some audio instructions or some relaxing music, or you can even add some stressors like having some text where you have to read a complicated text or do some math, some calculations. So a lot of possibilities to customize your biofeedback training experience. That's why the eSense app is also widely used by professionals. These procedures you can also share with other users if you have an account and say, want to give this to other users, you can do this with the premium account. Yeah, have a look at the account features if you like. This is an extra video. Yeah, so these are the procedures. Have a look at the included ones, copy one of them, modify them, so just play around with them, create your a procedure of your own. And when it comes to regular biofeedback training, it's a good idea to do this with a procedure, as you have a clearly repetitive program that you can just simply run by hitting the play button, and then it's recording. Of course, your data is recorded and you have the recordings of a procedure as well in the archive with a nice colored background. I don't have an example here, but then instead of this background, you would have another background where you see which part of the curve was which module. So image module, video module, audio module. So you see clearly, this is the curve, this is the recording from where I listened to an audio. This is where I watched a video and got feedback and so on. Yeah, so you have that as well. You can export that as well. Your procedures, recordings of procedures are treated like any other recordings from open training as well. Okay, I think this is it for this video demonstration. I will do some more videos. Yeah, maybe one thing I forgot is the profile that's not visible here as I'm not logged in. So we end by this page where we have started. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye.